Hey everyone, and welcome back to Silverrun Forest. So we are now into June, our crops are all growing, so nothing's ready to harvest just yet. But that may be next month our first crop will be ready. Soybeans obviously won't be ready until about October, November time, so they'll be a bit later in the year. But the other fields are growing nicely. Roller coaster's still progressing, and the second boat at the boatyard is also currently progressing nicely and has everything it needs for its current stage. I pretty much think it's got everything it needs for the complete boat, so we don't need to do anything for that. So what we're going to do today is we need to get some wood over to the paper factory, and we also need to top up the old sawmill with lumber. So first thing I'm going to do is buy a new truck. So the one we've got is the Volvo VNX 300. I'm not going to go with the FH16 because it's a bit too European style. So we've got the black Anthem, which I've not actually used yet. I don't know if that will be suitable truck, 505 horsepower. So I think I might go with the Superliner, which I haven't really used. And we'll go with this one, Design 2. Keep everything else, 500 horsepower as well. So we're going to buy this. And then I'm going to get a new transport trailer, so we can use to transport our equipment around. So we go low loaders, and we're going to go with Custom Modding's Landol, so the Haul series. It's not a cheap trailer, but it does work really well. And I'm just trying to think with wheel setup. We'll just keep that standard. We'll get the signs on the flags. Main colour we'll keep black, and we'll just buy that one. And then what we're going to do is, as I mentioned last time, we're going to get a second Volvo, but this one, the smaller one. So we're going to go with the EC250DL, but we're going to have this one with the fast coupler. We'll go safety beacon, windows, go tinted, beacon yes. So we're also going to purchase that. We've already got the tree planter for it, but I do want to get another pallet of saplings because I don't think there's many left in that one. So we'll go pallets, and then we want the new ones, which is the most expensive thing in here. No, it's not, because I've got the liftable pallet where you can buy all items if you want. So tree saplings, we're going to go with the lodgepole pine again. So we're going to get one pallet of those. That way then we can replant the area up by the old sawmill as we go. So as a new truck. Now I don't think I've actually used this one. So this is one of the base game trucks, which I think I've used it a little bit, but I can't remember using it in a series properly. So we'll go for this one. That's it. Okay, American truck fits the map. Okay, so we're up at the old sawmill. We'll drop this off somewhere. I'll probably put it over here. There's a slight clearing around this way. And we can get this dropped off, get the planter head on it. So we won't do any planting yet. We'll get the trees cut down first and topped up, and then we know which space we need to replant. I'm probably going to put a few more around this area, and just on this grass area. So I didn't put too many. I think I've just hit a stump. Didn't really replant any trees around here. Yeah, I wish there was a way to get rid of these decorative stumps. They are really a pain, especially in areas like this as well, because this isn't quite a big flat grass area that could be used for putting a building in. If you want to set up a shed here for storing equipment, a workshop. I keep getting stuck on that stump. Right, we'll just leave that there. I need to detach that bit first. There we go. Just pull this up out the way. Right, we can leave that there. So we have got the... I've bought the wheel loader up here as well, so we can load up the other trailer. What I'm also considering doing is, if need be, we'll buy Farmland 5, which is this one going up this track and going up this hillside. There's quite a lot of trees on there as well that we can get. I think there's still a few deadwood trees in here that need taking out. But yeah, well, the first thing we'll do, we'll just get a load of trees cut, drag down onto this track, and then we'll use the skidder to get them over to the mill pond. So we'll top up that first, and then we'll do the paper mill. So what I want to just check is length. So we've currently got, it's on 6 meters, so I need to change that. So right, let's try that. Right, so yeah, we'll get some trees cut. So I'll try and get them on the track, and then we can get them with the skidder to just drag over to the mill pond. We have a good pile of trees there, so we'll start getting those dragged over to the mill pond. We're getting a little bit stuck on this rock here. We need to get the rock breaker and get that broken up if we can. We'll go and jump in the John Deere skidder. What we'll do, just try and push that one log up to bunch it up with the others. Slightly didn't go the direction I wanted to get them. I wanted to try and get them to more pointing down the track, but like this one is here. Actually, what we'll do, we'll try and push the others round from the other side, so they're more facing down the track. It'll be easier to pull them down then. Just push this back one over a little bit. I think that should be okay. Now, this is one of those things where it would be great if I could really properly get a good grab full of those with the grapple. But I just don't think it'll work very well. So we'll just use the winch to drag a few down at a time. Should be able to get four on each time. Right, so let's get these four dragged out. That looks like we're taking an extra one on top. Well, I'm not going to complain if it stays there. Oh, not quite. Almost got 5. So we'll get this one down, then we'll, let's say, just drag the rest down. We only need to top this up until it's like full, and then we should be okay then to leave it for another couple of months. Right, so we'll just check how much is in there. If that one's 64,000 litres plus what we've got cut, so yeah, we may need to cut a few more trees down, but I'll continue getting these dragged over so we can get this all topped up. So then we just need to start cutting a few trees to take to the paper mill. Okay, these last 4 logs should fill up the mill pond, so that should be fully topped up, and then we can get on with cutting a few trees down for the paper mill. What I might do for the other trees is cut them at 9-metre lengths to then load up. So yeah, that should just take us up to just above 110,000 litres. So we can drop this one off and then we'll jump back in the Volvo. Yeah, I might try and do 9-metre lengths and just see how well the wheel loader will pick up 9s. So I may need to drag them down with the skidder and then get them into a neater pile to stack them up. So if we get this switched on, I'm going to change this to 9 metres. As I say, we'll do a few. The paper mill only takes 30,000 litres, so it's not a huge amount. So we'll try and drop these somewhere where it's reasonably flat and we can bunch them up reasonably well. So I'm not sure how many trees we'll need in total. It shouldn't be too many. So I say if we do well, that's 1 tree, that's a good pile. So if we do about 5 trees, I think that should be enough for the paper mill. So then what we'll do, we'll start getting some of this area replanted so they can start growing. Right, so that's 2 trees. So yeah, we'll do another 3 or 4, maybe 5, 6 trees in total, and then we'll see how that does. At least then that way we'll know next time roughly how many trees we'll need for the paper mill. Alright, we'll get these trees loaded up and then we'll see how much that gives us at the paper factory. I completely lost count of how many trees we did. I have to go back and watch the video. Right, so if we get the wheel loader, no, we'll do the skidder first. We'll just try and neat up the pile a little bit with the blade, and then we can get them loaded up with the wheel loader. So we just try and push all the ends together so it's a slightly neater stack. Make it a little bit easier to pick them up. So I'm not sure how well the wheel loader will do with 9 meter lengths, but we'll give it a try so we know for the future. Right, yeah, so this might not be the best place to actually pick these up with this slope here, so yeah, not the best place to have dropped those. We'll see if we can get some of them out. So in theory, if we get this on right, we should be able to get 2 lots of 9 meters. It's just how well we'll be able to drop it, because we'll need to put them in the middle of the 3 stanchions. Yeah, I don't think this trailer is the best for 9 meters. I'm now stuck on the far side. There we go. Well, they're on there. Apart from that one little, just dropped off that one small piece. Or we can always throw that one back on by hand. So if I try and get the next 9 on the rear section, just to even out the trailer. So try and get as many of these as we can in this grab. Don't quite think we'll get all of them. Oh, we may do. Oh, we're missing one. Right, I don't know, because that's stumps there, whether we'll get these. Try and drag that back a bit, see if we can get underneath the entire pile. I'm still missing that one short one. I think we can live with that. It's a nice big grab fall. So yeah, we'll see if we can get all of this one on the rear. I definitely think 6s are a lot easier to handle. That's quite a big old grab full of wood on there. I don't think this is going to go in here particularly well. Well, we're in. Let's just push that one on. Right, there we go. Not the prettiest load, but they're on there. So we'll take this to down to the old the paper factory, and hopefully that should fully top it up. So then that will give us a rough idea of next time how many trees we need to cut down. So we'll have to take this truck because I think the other lorry's down. Okay, so let's get this load delivered. So this then can continue. It's taken most of them. Let's not fill the storage. A few left on here, but it's not taking them by the looks of it. Yeah, they must all be too big because it can't exceed 30,000 litres. So it looks like it won't take anything that will take it over that. Try and get this one put back on. Well, that's topped up anyway. I don't think it's worth leaving those last few logs there. We'll see if it... Yeah, I don't think it's going to take any more unless that capacity goes down. Oh, it's taken those last few. So there we go, 29,570 litres with a few logs left over. So it's probably one tree too many we cut down to fill that up. So yeah, what we'll do, we'll take these back to the old sawmill. We'll get these in the mill pond just so they're not going to waste, and then we can get the tree saplings planted. Right, we'll leave the truck there so the mill pond can take those logs when it needs it, because at the moment it's full. It doesn't have any spare capacity for these ones that we've got cut here. So yeah, next job will be to get in our new Volvo, the 250 DL, and get some new saplings planted. So what I'm probably going to do is we'll put some in around this area here where we did last time. So we'll probably fill up this entire area. So we've got 135 saplings left in the cassette, and then we've got another 4 pallets of 240 to go as well. So obviously we don't want to come in front of the floodlight. I don't want to block the light, but we can put a few around it. So I'll get this dropped down. Pull that up out the way a bit. Well, there's the first one in. Try and put these in the little clearings so it's a bit easier to see where they are. At least you've got more of an idea of where you've actually been then. Yeah, this is one of those jobs where it's pretty pointless doing it as a time lapse or really showing, because you can't really see what's going on. Just me randomly driving around in the excavator. So I'm going to get a few more of these done around this area, and then we'll go back up to the bit where we started, and then I want to get this down to the actual farmyard, so the main farm area, and then we can get some saplings planted around there as well where we've cleared. Okay, so the 135 saplings we had in the tree planter have all been planted up by the old sawmill. So what we're going to do is start replanting some of the trees around this area where we've cleared. So we've got that slope that runs along the edge of the farm there, and then this little patch here as well we can do. And then we've got all the bit going along the 2 fields we ploughed in. So just over this side of the stream we've got all of that. So I'm probably just going to go around randomly planting here and there. Wait for those trees to get to the first growth stage and then see what gaps are left. And then I'll probably come in then with a different type of tree to fill in the gaps, so we know where they are, because it's so difficult just to see where you've already planted. So yeah, we've done so far today we've done 135 trees planted, 477 we've planted in total, but we are still below, so our trees cut down to planted ratio is a little bit on the wrong side, so we need to get this up. So another 240 saplings we'll get in now. That takes up to what, 600, 717. So yeah, 717 trees planted, 566 cut down, which is not a bad ratio. So we'll get the Volvo off the back of the low loader. So we'll probably go around just filling in all these gaps as well, put a few trees in the gaps that are here. This area up here, we haven't really done much with it, it's just got the house. It's not very often I actually come up here, because it's very rare I ever use the sleep triggers on FS. Most of the time between videos I tend to just speed up the time between videos and skip through the night that way, while I'm just checking on animals, checking on productions while it skips through the night. So yeah, it's not very often I actually ever use the sleep triggers. So yeah, I really do think though I may sell this house and then rebuild a new house up the top area. So just up there, and then we can use this area for something else. So maybe get a big shed up here for storing some of the equipment in. Possibly even get another field ploughed in. I don't know if it's worth ploughing in the field, but yeah, we could probably get a storage shed. Maybe store our forestry equipment up here, and then up the top level we can get another house built. Because there is quite a bit of space up here to the sides. There's a little bit of an area here we could possibly get a house in. Have a nice little view of the pond. Listen to the gentle trickle of the waterfall to get ourselves to sleep at night. Yeah, I think we'll definitely do something with this area, because I say at the moment it's just been wasted space. We could really utilise this and we haven't really done anything with it. Originally I was going to put some of the farm buildings up here, but then I decided against doing that. I'll put them down the lower section instead. So yeah, I think over this coming winter we'll decide what to do with this. I'll get rid of some of the rocks as well and utilise this space. Yeah, but for now we just want to get some more trees planted in. Sheep are doing well. It does look like these sheep are actually now producing wool. Yeah, these are now in the reproduction age, so yeah, they are now producing wool. So we've got 25 there are 8 months old now, and 25 8 months old in that one. And then we've got the 21-month-olds that we transferred over to the shed. So they're 60% on the reproduction, so another few months and they'll be up to 100 in there. And then probably another 4 or 5 months, and then we'll get another 25 in each of those as well. I did put the water trailer in there just to get it out of the way and free up a bit of space in that shed. I also moved the hay bales to here as well. So the hay bales are all stored in there next to the sheep, ready to be used. That's just freed up a little bit of space in this shed, so we've got a little bit more space for getting some equipment in here now as well. So yeah, we'll get these trees planted so they can start growing. So yeah, we'll say we've got the lodgepole pine on here. So we'll do 240 of those, and I say once they get to the first growth stage and we can see where they are, we'll probably switch over to possibly the ponderosa pine, and then fill in any gaps with those. So we just have a little variety of the trees we've got in here. Or have I still got a strap on? I'm pretty sure I took all the straps off. No, there's one single strap. I'm not sure how. I took all the straps off except there's that one as well. Wonder then why I couldn't get off the trailer. It's because it's strapped down still. So yeah, we've got this little clearing in here. I mean, this is a reasonably flat area, but I don't think it's big enough to really use for a field. So may as well just replant it. Yeah, it's a case of same again, just going around trying to keep them as far apart from each other as possible. And yeah, this is one of those jobs that's going to take a little while, but it'll be worth it in the long run. Rejuvenate the forest area. Okay, so we've got 11 saplings left to plant, and we are currently just coming up to the edge of our land, I think. And we've got a little bit more down there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to purchase 34, which I mentioned when we was cleaving up here, so we can cover most of that hillside. So we'll buy that, and I'm also just going to buy these other smaller areas because they're not worth much. That one's only worth 9,772. So we'll buy that, and then we'll also buy 31 as well, 27,000. So we own this big chunk now of forest area, which includes obviously the main farm and some of our fields. So I'm going to get the last 12 saplings just planted in alongside this track, and probably just on that little bit of hillside there, just to get them out of the way. And then I said what we'll do, we'll wait till these have gone to their first growth stage so we can visibly see where they actually are, and then we'll come in with a pallet of different trees. So we'll get some different saplings, and then we'll fill in any gaps if there are any. We've only done what, 232 so far. So considering we put 240 in a smaller area up the other end, there's bound to be a lot of gaps. But some areas it was just so difficult to see where I'd been, so it wasn't worth risking putting too many trees too close together. So we'll spread them out over the entire area. Oh, not quite get up there then. So yeah, we'll get these last 5 in. Just try and cover this hillside a little bit more. And that's it, another 240 saplings all planted. I'm going to leave this here because it'll probably be far quicker to bring the truck up with the low loader to get this and drive it all the way back at 5-6 miles an hour. So just take a quick look at the stats page. So where are we, stats? So yeah, 717 trees planted in total now, so we've replanted way more than we've cut down. So we're reforesting as we're going. In terms of, because I've set a lot of these productions now to automatic sell, if I find the finance page. Yeah, so far sold products this month. This is just from what's been sold every hour with 37,293. In May we made 380,322. Part of that was we did sell a few pallets to the roller coaster. And we also had what was coming in every hour. So I reckon we're not going to sell anything this month. So the only stuff we've taken was to the sawmill, paper mill. So we'll be able to see come the end of June how much we get in a month just from having those productions on an hourly automatic selling for those products. So yeah, we have spent quite a bit of money today. 494,388 on new vehicles and 135,000 on land purchase. So yeah, expensive day, but we've still got 409,000 left. So we can't complain too much. So yeah, jobs for the coming winter. I say I'm going to do something with this area. I want to get the cow shed built as well. Possibly Yeah, I think the cow shed will be better off down the bottom area. Then we can keep all the equipment to use for that down there rather than to keep coming up here. So yeah, I don't know, we possibly get just a shed in up here to store our forestry equipment, so some of the stuff we don't use as often, we can just keep it up here, get a workshop as well, fuel repoint, so we can refuel, repair the equipment and then store it away, and then we can just take it out when we need it. Possibly also somewhere as well we can park up the semi-trucks and trailers as well, and then rebuild the house up on that area so we get a bit more use out of this area of land. So before we do finish, I'll just go and check the roller coaster. I did get another layer of fertiliser on the grass, but it's only 66%, so that could do with one more. Not sure how we get a third on the grass. I should have fertilised it straight after I cut it and then done it when it got to this growth stage, but yeah, it's something I completely forgot to do. So let's go and see what the roller coaster is looking like. So yeah, it looks like it's ticked over to a new stage, as the wood beams and everything have gone up again. Oh, we've got little cars on there. Right, let's get in there. I can't quite get up that bit that way. There is a way of getting over there. I should just put fly mode on, it would be a lot easier. Because I don't think there's any, yeah, there's no collision on there, but we can get on. So yeah, the actual rail cars, roller coaster cars I should say, are on there. So a little bit more progress done. Yeah, so I don't know what else there is to see. We'll just see random things popping up here and there. So we're going to be a good few months yet, I imagine. So I'd say from the pictures, I'm sure there's a watchtower that builds up here. So there's still that left to do as well. And as for the boat, if we can get over this way, it'll be quicker to get to the boatyard. So there's the second boat, well under construction, and that is almost actually finished this stage. Let's speed up time a little bit so it finishes this, see if it, yeah, it's moving outside. So is this the last stage now where it just needs wood beam, floor tiles and fabric? So we are on the final stage now of our second boat. So potentially this one could be ready to launch next month. If not, it'll be August. So that'll be another 180,000. So yeah, we'll need to start getting some more fabric delivered here, ready for the next one. And also a few more products. So planks, long planks, metal. Probably have to top up the floor tiles, wood beams. So yeah, the second boat is almost done. So a lot more progress. There's the truck. I can't remember where I'd left it. I think I left it after we sold those last few pallets last time we checked on the roller coaster before finishing up. But yeah, I found it. So yeah, we'll leave it there for today. I think next time we'll possibly maybe doing a bit of harvesting if the crops are ready. We've got two of the crops are on the final growth stage now, so they potentially could be ready for July. So we might have that to do. So yeah, we'll leave it there, and I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. We've got more Farm Simulator 22 content coming up. And with this series, the time-lapse series, and also the live streams once a week. So again, big thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.